Hi everyone, I'm going to show you a little bit of how I mixed this song of my partner Jahnavi Veronica's. And it is on Bandcamp, and there is a link in the description.
Around brightly burning fires, and if earth brought us life, let us listen to her cries. We call you to our sides. Dream ones, we call you to our shore.
All right, so there's a couple things I'm going to show you. One is that this was recorded with two figure-8 pattern microphones, one pointing at the guitar, one pointing at her voice, and the nulls, which are very, very good at 90 degrees all around the mic, were pointed at the other instrument. So the null of the vocal mic was pointed at the guitar, the null of the guitar mic was pointed at the vocals. That allows a fair bit of isolation and gives me more ability to mix the two separately, and also prevents some comb filtering.
Help us dream a life here without wars. And if we are of one body, let us listen to
There's the guitar.
We call you,
There's
we
the
call
vocals.
you to our shore.
There's them together. So I'm going to show you a couple things I did with this guitar. It was sounding a little bit dull, and I needed to give it a little more brightness, but the brightness I was adding was sounding kind of harsh. So I turned to these tools that I tend to turn to. One which I've been working with a long time, the other which I just started working with. And full disclosure, I am on the trial period of this one, but we'll probably end up getting it because I find it very useful. And so basically, this one, Tiltshift from Goodhertz, is a tilt EQ, which is very simple. But it's kind of difficult to get this result anywhere else. And it just adjusts the treble bass balance in a way that doesn't mess with phase and is just very easy to use. And then tone control is a low shelf, a high shelf, a couple other low and high cut, and an air band, which, as far as I understand, is devised from looking at the response of tape and the high-end roll-off and seeing if they could reverse it and make it into a shelf. So it only affects the very high frequencies, and I feel like it sounds very natural. So here's the guitar. I'm going to take the reverb off and the imager that I added for some stereo information because it's mono, and play it with and without these two. So I just want to bring it a little forward.
We call you to our sides.
And then I'm going to add the reverb that I added.
Dream ones, we call you to our shores. Help us dream a life here with
And I liked how that sounded, so let's play it with both.
And if we are of one body, let us listen to our roars. We call you to our shores.
So you can kind of hear how the guitar got a little duller and it kind of got lost a little bit when I bypassed the tilt shift and the tone control. I want to show you exactly what this is doing because the metering is purposefully extremely minimal on these plugins. I find that to be helpful in this case because it helps me use my ears. So here's kind of what those two EQs are doing. And I'll bypass tone control, bypass tilt shift. So no EQ change, just that tilt filter, and just the high shelf. And that's that air band. If I took that down, which I'll do now. Here, I'll move these over here. Then we just get, you can double click to, okay, so that's that air band that's gone now. So it really just affects, here's 10K, it really affects 10 to 20K the most. There's, as you can see, it goes down into the mid-range. But I kind of left it here, which seems extreme, but it sounded good to me. And then I'll show you actually the slope function of this filter, which is really what I find extremely helpful. So this adjusts the slope of the filter. That's extremely gentle. And this is a pretty steep slope. I don't know any other shelves that can do that. And it's just a really elegant design. I find it extremely helpful. I stuck with that. Back down to 2.5, back up to around there. So, turn that off.
Earth brought us life, earth brought us life. We are of one body.
And that's about it that I want to show you. I did some interesting things to the guitar as well. I used Ozone's imager.
Ones, we call you to our shores. Help us.
Which is actually available for free, which is great. I did that because the guitar is mono, and I wanted it to have a little stereo information. And then I also used a reverb. It's a convolution reverb, but I reversed the phase on the reverb. And I found that that got it a little bit out of the way. And I'm still kind of thinking about why that is, that process works.
Dream a life here without wars. And if we are of one body, let us listen to our roars. We call you to our shores.
And you can hear that it mostly affects the bass. One other thing that I did use these Goodhertz EQs on is the vocals.
Fires, and if earth brought us life, let us listen to her cries. We call you to our sides. Dream ones, we call you to our shores. Help us dream a life here without war.
I felt I needed to darken the vocal a little bit. I'm still kind of thinking about that and feeling into that decision. Mixing is something that is a constant learning process for me, especially EQ. Yep. I hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching.